Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Joyce Anyanwu. Yes, my people. I don't know what is happening in Nigeria. I don't know what Nigeria is turning into, my beautiful people. Today, I brought to you a man, a teacher, a classroom teacher that flogged his student to the child by the student now by. So I just want us to listen to Arise TV, the way they analyze what really happened, So I don't know, but anyway, before I would come back and analyze my own feeling, what I feel about all this matter, let's just listen to what Arise TV have to say. The journalists in Arise, what to say in this matter.
All right, good morning to you viewers. Let's begin what's trending. The Ogun State government has suspended a school teacher from Obada Grammar School after the student of the school, Monday Ario, allegedly died from complications of beating by the teacher over the weekend. Popular activist who goes by the name Just Adetong, in a viral video said that the student collapsed after the teacher flogged him with 164 strokes of cane. Let's take a look at that video before we come back for a discussion.
Good afternoon, fellow citizens of Nigeria. My name is Just Adetong. So I just got a call now. So there's a boy who then just buy now for Abeokuta. He never reached 1 hour, the boy don't buy. Now, so they said these students, this teacher bought dustbin and then put it in the classroom and told the students that they should not break it. Jokingly, the boy said, is it not that money people used to buy it? The teacher found it offensive and went to report. The principal now instructed the teacher that he should discipline the students. This teacher went ahead and gave these children 64 strokes of the cane each. Whilst he was beating them, Ariyo started to throw, collapsed and hit his head on the floor. Ariyo was rushed to the hospital. Even before they rushed him, the teachers abandoned him there. Along the line, they saw that he was unresponsive. They took him and rushed him to the hospital. Ariyo got to the hospital. Ariyo don't die. Ariyo don't die. Ariyo don't die. Call the driver for me. Let's go to the now.
162.
Ariyo buy finish. A particular government official is giving directive and instruction that they should go ahead and bury the boy immediately. A boy that don't die not even up to 1 hour as I speak to you people. Please, yo! Now, how can you beat a boy because of dustbin? 164 strokes of the cane. Commissioner, Governor Bradu. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just telling you this so that everybody will be aware. I am on my way to Abeokuta. And anything will happen for that school, and me and that minister, the commissioner, I be that government official, I'm ready to stand by it. I'm ready to stand by it. If anybody need that costume bury that child before I get to Abeokuta, and you people will understand who Just Adetong is.
All right, Ayo, this story went viral over the weekend. We had Just Adetong on the morning show over the weekend narrating the incident again. I mean, she did visit the family of Monday, may his soul rest in peace, in Abeokuta, and she said that they had his corpse and they've just deposited it in the morgue as well. But the Ogun State government has come into action, your governor, and let me read their tweet. They wrote, the incident which happened on Friday also led to the immediate arrest of the teacher, as the principal of the school, Mrs. Tamarat Onalakwo, was promptly queried for allowing corporal punishment to be used on the pupil against the established rules and regulations in the state. The principal was given 24 hours to explain her actions and why disciplinary actions should not be taken against her for acting against the instructions of constituted authority. Subsequently, a letter of condolence was sent to the bereaved family, commiserating with them on the sudden death of their loving son and promising to get justice for the family. The letter, which was signed by the permanent secretary of the ministry, described the late learner as an exceptional pupil who would be missed by his colleagues, the school, and the state at large. I mean, we also got a report over the weekend, I believe it was from the Academic Staff
Union of Secondary Schools.
I mean, saying that the student wasn't flogged 164 times, he was flogged 2 times, but they are going to go and meet the parents. So who did they get that report from? That's what we would need to know, because we did see that report. They haven't had a balanced story. They didn't hear from the parents, so how would they know the actual story? We want to hear that story again. But it's good that the government has, swung into action and suspended the teacher. But this is the conversation about corporal punishment. As you heard from the Ogun State, district, they're saying that corporal punishment is banned in school. The teachers have no right. I don't even know if there's any law in Nigeria that allows teachers to beat students in school. But let me take a reaction from a YouTube user. She's actually a teacher. This person wrote, Nigeria needs to move away from corporal punishment in schools. But the real issue is that our system does not encourage other forms of behavior management. For example, detention in Nigeria often doesn't work as intended. Students may find it enjoyable since classroom activities are rarely engaging, unlike in more advanced countries where classrooms are stimulating, in places where students look forward to sports or activities that connect to their future goals. Missing these events feels like a real loss. So again, we need to provide other forms of, discipline. And I really admire that teacher's comment saying that, we have to find other forms of behavioral management instead of this sort of corporal punishment.
All right, so it's almost interesting that following our conversation and debate last week, we see a real life example of the damage that corporal punishment can have in schools. This young boy left his home, went to school, and came and did not come back home, or came back home, was sick, and then passed on afterwards because a teacher beat him. Now, ASUS, that's the Academic Staff Union of Secondary School, have come out with an explanation saying, the boy had been involved in an accident, so he wasn't feeling very well, he didn't reveal that. But irrespective, that's why we talk about corporal punishment.
Yes.
You won't know the health condition or health status of every student in school for you to know whether or not to beat them or to inflict further punishment on them by beating them. I'm very glad that the Ogun State government has come out very strongly against this. I think beyond, and I was going to start by saying, first of all, our condolences to his family. I can't imagine the pain that his parents, his siblings, even his fellow students must be facing at this devastating loss. But I think beyond the condolence letter that was sent to the family, compensation ought to also be paid. They need to get compensation for, I know no amount of money can bring the dead back, but when we begin to pay compensation for things like this, maybe we'll see a reduction. And then if the teacher is found guilty, he must face jail time for this, because this is, at the very least, I'm sure Dr. Batu, manslaughter, because even if he didn't intend to kill the boy, he did. Yes. And this is what happens. So why would teachers even want to take that risk of hitting a child and anything could happen because you want to exert authority through corporal punishment? This, in my opinion, just puts pay to that argument as to whether or not we should allow corporal punishment in schools or not.
That is it. Well said. I mean, over the weekend, last week, we had that conversation. I was advocating against corporal punishment. And people were coming for me. Yeah, you're right. People saying I should apologize. Apologize for what? Why do you have to advocate for violence against children? Dr. Abati.
Well, just to put this in context, there are 2 different versions of the story. Yeah. The school is saying that what they discovered was that this young man had been involved in a motorcycle accident. And, he was not too well. And then after that incident where the head teacher, was saying, she had bought big dustbins for the school. Then one student said, hey, is it not our money you use? Is it your money? That was what led to the flogging of the students. Then the students were required to identify the person who made that comment. Nobody said anything, upon which the woman now directed Mr. Elijah, Mr. Mzaju Elijah, to administer 2 strokes of the cane on all members of the class. And then this young man, who had been indisposed, took ill. After 10 days, he gave up the ghost. It takes us back to that same argument about corporal punishment. The ASU statement is saying oh, the boy did not disclose that he was indisposed. But how are you supposed to know who is indisposed, who is not, in a good state of health? And that's the risk with corporal punishment. For a fact, corporal punishment is banned in schools in Nigeria. And I made a point, the example of a case study of Katsina State, that when corporal punishment was banned in Katsina State, it led to an increase in school enrollment because children who thought that they would be brutalized started coming to school with the removal of corporal punishment. Number two, the Child Rights Act of Nigeria, 2003, adopted by more than 24 states now, also says, any act of violence towards a child is prohibited. That's what the law says.
That's what the law says.
If you are looking for the law. But you still find that this is a debatable subject. In many schools, they still say, oh, spare the rod and spoil the child. So you still have corporal punishment elsewhere. But, society keeps evolving. I think teachers have to learn from this to be more careful about how they administer corporal punishment. In this particular case, the state government has done the right thing by suspending Mr. Elijah to really investigate exactly what happened. As has been said, yes, it's an unfortunate incident. Nobody sends a child to school with the expectation that that child will die, whether it's through motorcycle accident or through flogging by school teachers. So relevant lessons to be learned.
Absolutely.
And our condolences to the family.
Absolutely.
It's very painful to lose a child.
Absolutely. Well said, Dr. Abati. Again, society keeps evolving. May Monday Ariyo's soul not be gone in vain. I hope this sets the precedent for schools to understand that we have to move away from corporal punishment. Well, in the meantime, a member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Alexi Fanyi Mascot Ikwechi, representing Aba North and South Federal Constituency, has allegedly been caught assaulting a Bolt driver at his residence in Maitama, Abuja, after the driver reportedly delivered an item to him and asked him to pay. Let's take a look.
Imagine this rat. I can make this man to disappear in the whole Nigeria, nothing will happen. Can you imagine this rat? I'm not going to give this boy 1 naira of my money. No. I'm not going to give this silly boy 1 naira of my money.
You've been insulting me, and I'm being quiet.
Windscreen at New York's JFK Airport, Lawan emphasized the need for a thorough investigation into the incident and urged the federal government to provide Shettima with a new aircraft to prevent any potential tragedies. Let me take one reaction. From 5 billion naira presidential yacht to a new presidential aircraft. How many aircraft does Nigeria have in its presidential fleet? There are 10 aircraft in the presidential air fleet. They include 2 each of Augusta Westland AW189 and Falcon 7X, as well as 1 each of Bombardier Challenger 605, Boeing Business Jet, Falcon 900, Hawker 4000, Gulfstream G500 and Gulfstream G550. President Tinubu's top priority amidst economic hardship, insecurity, etc. ravaging the country is to acquire a new presidential aircraft. This is insane. I mean, I'd like to take more reactions, but I want to follow up with this other story, Dr. Abati. In the meantime, the presidency has condemned those who label President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with the nickname T-Pain due to the current economic hardship plaguing the country. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, during a live television interview on Sunday, dismissed the nickname as mischievous while emphasizing that Tinubu is not in office to bring hardship to Nigerians, but rather to rebuild the country's economy. Dr. Abati, both stories.
Well, one, Mr. Onanuga is saying what he has to say.
Yeah.
I've seen the name T-Pain all over the place. Nigerians reminding President Tinubu that, look, they're facing a lot of hardship. Now, Mr. Onanuga says the president is aware of the hardship that the people are facing, and that despite galloping inflation, that the country is witnessing economic growth. The missing link is that those Nigerians who are calling the president T-Pain. They are not seeing the economic growth in terms of how it impacts on their individual lives, as citizens. But it's amusing, because when people refer to the president as city boy, I have not heard any of his aides complaining. When they refer to him as the Jagaban, all those expressions that are, complimentary. But when they say the man is an architect of pain, then you find the people say, oh, people are mischievous. Can't they see the economic growth? Well, maybe Nigerians can't see the economic growth. What they see is a hardship they go through to get basic fuel into their car.
So, my beautiful people, welcome back. God, what are we going to call this one? I'm a mother. I feel so pained inside me. Sending my own son, maybe that is the only son that family have. Sending my own son to school. Hey. Then one person that call himself a teacher. Hey, God. One person that call himself a teacher flog my own child to buy. Hey. First of all, I know that they will say don't take laws into your hands. First of all, that school, I will burn it down. What am I living for? A grown-up child like this, just buy like that. Now they are bringing all kinds of excuses. He has a motor accident. The boy was not feeling fine. The boy was... They always have excuses to defend their evil, to defend their wickedness. How can you give a young boy 164 strokes of canes? And this child, I strongly believe that this child now has internal bleeding. And he went home without going to hospital. He went home. Everybody knows how internal bleeding is so dangerous. This is a child that I sent to school. One teacher just flog my child. It will not happen. I pray it will not happen. Better let me burn down that school and burn down everybody in that school. Then I will go to prison. What am I even living for? What is my gain? Compensation. How much are they going to compensate me? How much will it bring back my child? That boy is not a newborn child. Did you know how long the parents of that child has nurtured that child to grow to that stage? Did you know what they passed through to bring up that child to that stage? Then you use, because a child say a dustbin, after all, the dustbin is our money. What is wrong? What is wrong if you want to punish a child? Nobody say you cannot punish a child. But you flog that child. Even an animal self, they don't flog. You cannot flog an animal like that because it's a living thing. You will feel the pains. Talk less of a human being, a child. Because he just say, dustbin is our money you used to buy. Is it your money before? This teacher, this wicked teacher. That is why I always make a statement. Don't just carry your bag and say you are going to maybe College of Education or to go and study education in school. Some teachers, when they are working under social humanity, like working in the hospital, working in the school, where you work with people, especially taking care of people, you need to go for extra training. Training on if you have a quick temper problem, if you are steady up there, they have to screen you. They have to really check you. If you are that person that you have problem of quick temper or you have indiscipline problem, before they can even give you a certificate to go and, to work with children or old people or in short hospitals. How can this kind of person, what would that child be doing to you that you are flocking that child, that you are like you are flocking an animal 164, and now the school is saying that they only gave that child 2 strokes of canes. How can you give that boy 2 strokes of canes? And that 2 strokes of cane by the boy, which means that cane, it was not an ordinary cane. And now you are sending condolence letter. You are sending the teacher has been suspended. So for what? That teacher supposed to be suspension to do what? That teacher supposed to be behind bar, just behind bar first, not giving that teacher suspension. Suspension to do for what? What is suspension? Everybody knows that the teacher flogged that child. That is why the child died. And now they have given the child a suspension. They have written a condolence letter to the family. They will compensate the family. Is it not this Nigeria we know? Is it not this Nigeria all of us know? Compensate a child with how much? With how much? If it is a country that we say, okay, is it not this Nigeria? Because this Nigeria that I'm seeing, nothing. They will sweep because the school authority, they will sweep the matter under the carpet. They will sweep because it has involved a lot of workers, a lot of personnel in that school. They will just sweep it under the carpet. My God. So moving on to Tinubu the Jagaban. His new name now is T-Pains, and his caban, his followers, his people are so angry. Nah, Nigeria, una too much. They know how to give people nickname T-Pain. When I listened to this news, when I saw that name, I say, God Almighty, Nigerians. Hey, the talent that this Nigerian have, the talent is too much. Really, T-Pain. Tinubu pain. T-Pain. This man has given Nigeria pains. I just made a video right now where ASO, they are gone, they are on strike right now because of they are owing them for 4 months. They have not paid their salary. And now they are suggesting that they want to buy another jet for president. Because what is his name? Vice President has what and what? He has problem with the jet or the private jet or the plane. So now they want to buy another jet, presidential plane. Hey, all the one they have, what are they doing with it? People are suffering. People are dying. People are hungry. People are, workers are not being paid. And our president is busy squandering Nigerian money. Tomorrow, is this money Tinubu money? Is Tinubu that is the owner of this money? This money belongs to Nigerians. This money belongs to Nigerians. Nobody is supposed to suffer in Nigeria. Everybody, the people that are working, supposed to be getting their salary before time. Students supposed to be at school, not at home, because the school is on strike. How will they learn? How will they be the future of tomorrow? Dollar is increasing every minute. As the clock ticks, dollar is increasing. This is the worst regime I have ever seen in my life. I have the worst, and we were even crying of Buhari. We say, oh, Buhari. That is this suffering now is times 3 of Buhari suffering. Because before, when Buhari left office, before Tinubu came to office, fuel was 200 a litre. But now, fuel has increased to 1,030 naira a litre in some places, so not all the states. That is the lowest right now. And people are saying that we should be patient. Tinubu is not the cause of the hardship. Tinubu is not the cause of the hardship, but is our president. We put Tinubu there so that he can manage the economic for us, so that he can amend things wherever things is going wrong. He will amend it immediately. So Tinubu is not the cause of the hardship. So who is the cause of the hardship? Me? Because hardship come from when Tinubu removed fuel subsidy upon everything that we have been saying, crying. Tinubu just use cotton bud and put inside his ear and put it, all of them. When people are lamenting, I believe strongly that when people are lamenting, they will sit down in that Aso Rock or wherever they are and be laughing and say, look at these ones, look at these fools, look at these ones. Anyway, my people, I don't have much to say, but how long are we going to be? How long are we going to take all this? How long we will live in this kind of life? How long? How long? A whole giant of Africa. We are now the less of Africa. Anyway, my beautiful people, I don't have much to say. If you have watched this video to this time, thank you. Please drop your own comment in the comment section, your own opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much. My name still remains Joyce Anyanwu. Please subscribe to this channel, like, share, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye for now.